Good morning. Yeah, it's me again, all by myself. And it's going to be that way. Well, tomorrow probably I'm going to have Aristo create a video with me. Um, anyway, the title is Ambassador's Announcement by Chinese New Year. Yes, many of us have been waiting to hear what the ambassador said several days ago would be a significant announcement. There has been an international team working together to launch this mission that will enable 555 to overcome 666, as the ambassador has been saying for the past several months. This team consists of volunteers, and the project requires working around time zone differences, job schedules, and family necessities. I am fairly confident that the announcement will come before the Chinese New Year. Meanwhile, there continues to be a lot of I don't know how it typed that word. That's not what I said. Uh, there continues to be signs, a lot of signs of people waking up and taking action that will make a difference for all of us. In this video, I will share some of what I see. It had science instead of signs. That's what happens when I don't read what Dragon Naturally Speaking is hearing and typing. Anyway, and yes, Dragon Naturally Speaking is the program that I use to dictate into the computer. Okay. I thought yesterday was going to be the day that we were going to create the video with the announcement. But the website that we want to go up with it is not ready yet. In fact, because of work schedules and family necessities, as I said, one of our key people that's participating in this is going to be out of town on a family gathering where there is no internet connection for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that put a stop to doing anything before next Monday, most likely. And I say most likely because I don't know if the website will be ready for everyone's approval. But I mean, all of these contingencies are required to be in place before we make the announcement. We don't want to make a half-ass announcement and launch this mission in a way that is not the best we can do. And that's why it's been delayed day after day. It's frustrating for not just me, but several of us, including the ambassador, who would like to get things going more quickly, because what we're announcing is not just for the average person on the street, but it's for the elite. Most of what the ambassador says, when he says remit and surrender and things like that, that is for the family. The family is not a cohesive unit. It has never, probably in its history, been more divided than it is right now. Why? Because we're in a time of transition. We're in a time when new is challenging old, when the status quo is being told it has to go by people that are visionaries, like the ambassador, like myself, and like many others around the world. There are tremendous things happening around the world. There are lawyers that are waking up. A friend sent me a thing on adventuresinsovereignty.org, and to talk in that video, which I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did watch the part about the Florida lawyer who is getting foreclosures dismissed based on a Supreme Court ruling, and they're not using the Article 22, which is part of every foreclosure thing where they're supposed to do certain things, and they're breaking their own rules. They've always been breaking their own rules and taking people's homes in the foreclosure thing for a long time. But this is just one more piece that shows an awakening. The court the Court of Appeals overturned and now laid the foundation for many people to get their homes back or to be compensated for the loss of their home because the banks have been stealing. The courts have been in collusion with the banks stealing. But even the courts, some of them, are waking up. And it's time for action. Here's what the family wants, though. Here's what the ambassador is trying to get the family to see. And I want you to understand this. I want you to get it. He wants the family to see that the people are not satisfied with the fraud and the corruption that the cabal has been pulling on us all for a very long time. He wants the family to see that the people want change, real change you can believe in, not the kind Obama promised in 2008, but real change that will set the planet on a path of healing and set the world on a course where people are able to wake up. It's about the heart. It's not about money. It took me a while to see this. It takes people a while to see the truth because the truth is so different from the lies that we've been told. I thought, in fact, somebody, let me just see if I can find that here. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Oh, I may not. I don't know if it's in this video or not. But anyway, somebody sent a thing that's posted on the Hollow Earth Network. That there's, let me see if this is the right.
Well, good morning.
Oh, I don't want that.
Yeah, I guess it just.
See, that's a video playing of mine. It was one of the comments in one of the threads, and it's apparently not on this thread. But somebody posted something on the New Earth Network that said that there's now going to be, I don't remember the numbers, a couple $1,000s a month for every person on the planet is going to start getting distributed. The funds are being released. Anytime you hear this, folks, I want you to get this. I want you to understand. It took me a while, so I'm not yelling at you because it took me a while to get it, because I think, like most other people think, that, man, if I only had more money, all my problems would be solved. But the problem on the planet is not about money. The problem is about truth. The problem is about compassion. The problem is about human values. The problem is greed that we have to overcome. The problem is corruption at the highest levels of our institutions, especially our governments. The problem is something in the human heart has been corrupted and it needs to be healed. And the ambassador's mission with the family and to the world is to help us discover a peace that heals us, a peace that flows from deep within. But we can't have peace when we're living in a world of cognitive dissonance, and when we're living in a world of emotional dissonance, when we're living in a world where we're not allowed to be real, we're not allowed to tell the truth. Truth is somehow seen as weak or inferior to the system, to the matrix, because everything has been turned inside out and upside down, and we've become used to that, so that it becomes the status quo. It becomes commonplace. And the ambassador's trying to get people to see. That's why he keeps saying, look in the mirror, look in the mirror, look in the mirror. What you see out there isn't out there. And that's what's so hard for me and for us to get. It's not out there. We see it out there, but it's a reflection of in here. So when he says, look at the mirror, look at what's inside of you. Like people that think, they go all over the world, even when they're not invited. They go all over the world trying to get the money released, trying to get the funds released. That's disinformation. It's the cabal that wants us to think that money is the solution. Money has been the means of enslaving humanity, disempowering us, not empowering us. It has made us impoverish the people, the 99+%, so that the 1% could harvest all of our energy and resources in the form of money, making themselves rich and powerful and having the illusion of power, but it's all power by force. It's all null and void. That's what the lawyers are starting to discover. That's what some of the judges are discovering. That's what some of the people in high places are discovering. Some of the family members of the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the elite establishment. Some of the younger generation is recognizing the sins of their fathers. They're recognizing that. There is an awakening that's going on. And the announcement is about something that we can all do. It's about a plan of action that we can all take part in as a sign that we're willing to make the changes. Not just out there, because there is no out there. It's all in here. Are we willing to make the changes in ourselves and stop chasing the pipe dream? Stop following the Pied Pipers that lie to us, that are scamming us, that are defrauding us. They're all over. They're 2-bit players like Neil Keenan, and they're people in government that feed people like Neil Keenan and others that are trying to tell the truth. But they're given disinformation, and so many of us, myself included, want to believe the disinformation that we're being fed is the truth. Like when I was in Rusa, Tim Turner kept telling us that he was working with people at very high levels internationally, and they were funding the restoration of the Republic for the United States of America. I want the Republic to be restored. Still, I haven't lost that dream. I haven't lost the dream of the OPPT, where we can all live off of our value. I haven't lost the dream of Swiss Indo, which wants to enrich all of us and wants to create a kingdom of heaven on earth, a kingdom of God's sky earth, a kingdom where we're all kings and queens and princes and princesses, and we're all part of a world that works. I'm for all of this stuff. I'm for Ubuntu, of developing a culture of sharing, a culture of cooperation, where ultimately we're not going to need money, or if we use it, it will have a totally different meaning to us than what it's had in the past. We have been polluted in our minds, deceived, corrupted in our very mindset, in our very ordering of our priorities. We have been corrupted so that our values have been such that it will not ever produce a sustainable society. It will always have the seeds of its own destruction within itself, because it doesn't have a foundation based on truth. It doesn't have a foundation based on love. The message of the family is clear and becoming clearer and clearer to me, because I realize it deals with the real issue, which is the human heart. The human heart. When our heart is right with our Creator and in balance with creation, we can create a world of peace. But not as long as we're chasing and thinking that money is anything artificial and dead is going to bring life. You can't get life out of death. Death has to be swallowed up by life and transform the decay and the corruptibleness of it to put on incorruption, something that cannot be corrupted. And that's the transition and transformation that the visionaries within the family are working towards. People like the ambassador. Is he perfect? No. Am I perfect? No. Have we made mistakes? Yes. We've all done it. We've all been there. So it's not about pointing fingers and blaming. It's about holding up the light of truth and saying, come home. Come home. Will you please stop running from what we really need? Will you please stop allowing the lies to blind you and to deceive you and to take you down a path that is not going to lead to anything positive? You know, one of my friends, Armand, one of my friends for over 20 years, I mean, he and I had a thing on Facebook going yesterday where he sent me an article. And again, I see in the article more denial. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Well, if you want to be happy, and that's the goal of a lot of people, and Armand is one of them, if you want to be happy, you try to avoid that which makes you not happy. You don't want to focus too much attention there because you'll get caught in it. That's the and it does work that way. I mean, I know people that are totally pessimistic, always thinking that they're getting sick or something is going to happen to them, and I get trapped in that too. But I don't want to live there, and I don't want to choose happiness as my goal. My goal is a world that works for everybody. And that's not an outside thing. That's an inside thing because I consider the world out there to be part of me. I consider the people that are suffering and being victimized to be part of me. I consider the victimizers to be part of me. And I want healing for the whole. I'm an inclusiveness. How many times have I said that? I'm somebody that wants people to embrace the paradox, who wants to make the polarities or give the polarities an opportunity to dance and stop dueling. That's my goal. That's my mission. And I'm not going to back down from that as long as I have breath. I don't want to be your ruler. I don't want to be your mentor. I don't want to be your guru. I don't want to be even your leader. I just want to be a voice that's telling you the truth and helping to enlighten and shine a light on where you need to put your focus. And it's not out there, but you see it out there because it's a reflection of what's inside of us. I want the collective to heal. Not just individuals are healing and going through that process, but I want it for everybody. I want what's good for everybody to experience it. I was going to talk a little bit about something else, but I see the time now and I don't have time to do that. Maybe in a future video I will talk about the video that my friend wanted me to watch again that I had already watched and rejected once before from the Yellow Rose for Texas. But that's another topic, another time. Anyway, the announcement will come when it comes. It will probably be the early part of next week and almost assuredly before the Chinese New Year, which I guess is February 19th. So it's not that far off, a week from today or something like that. Isn't today the 12th, I think? Anyway, God bless you. Thank you for listening, and namaste.